Hey everybody, I know what you're thinking. Oh dear Lord, another juniper. But this is just not any juniper. It's not one of the Procumbens nanos that we had been working on. This is Motherlode Juniper. It's the only one I've ever seen in person. So I picked it up, and yes, that's natural colors. It's got more of a, it's been like that. I've had it probably a month now or better. And it just has a more light green, yellowish on the tips and stuff. A little bit of different foliage compared to the other junipers that I've had. But it had some cool growth already going for it when I spotted it. That's why I picked it up. I'm just going to get it up out of the pot like we've been doing some of the other ones and get a little initial work started on it. So buckle up, hang on, here we go. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is, since we already know what we're dealing with, we're going to cut the tag off, if I can find where it's hooked on at. Sometimes this seems like the hardest part of the whole tree. So we already know what we're working with, and there's another one over here. We don't need it. And we don't know what we're going to take off, what we're going to do yet. We're just going to get in and see what is going on with this thing. So the first thing you want to do is get it up and out of this pot, because generally, and same as this one. Now we may try to slip pot this into a smaller pot if possible. If not, we won't worry about it. Now this one, they've got a, that's the first time I've seen that. If you guys can make that out, and there's bugs and worms and creepy crawlers all in there. This one actually has a cover over here. That's the first time I've seen that. I'm not sure why that had that, but we'll still kind of do like we always do. And I do have my invisible fork today, so my invisible root rake, my invisible fork, whatever you call that, invisible root rake today, just to clear out some of that top growth. And we'll go ahead and pull it out for now. And you guys have seen me do this before. I've got all of these from this tree that I'm under, this shade tree I'm sitting under currently. Drops all these needles, and I'm just piling enough of those in where I can stick this guy right back. That's probably good enough. It's about right there. And we're just going to come in here like pretty much any other one, and we'll start opening up. And this one's already has a little more openness to it than a lot of the other ones. And I'll try to just start looking for, as you can see, this one's already kind of opened up. Figuring out what branches I want to keep. Do I want to kill any off? You can see right here, this one's growing down, has already sort of died off, except for this guy's popping back up. We've got some good stuff going here, except these that go down. And you know me, deadwood and all, the first thing that pops in my mind is turn these guys into deadwood along with this one that's already, that's happened to. Go ahead, this one and this one that's growing down and under. But we're not there yet. We'll wait and see. Got some pretty good branching going on already in some of these spots. This tree just has a wild look to it. Kind of like this part. I could bring that up. Kind of the same way I did that other one, not in a video not too long ago. Just get a stick, prop that guy up, get it some height going. It's kind of got a crossed up right here. I may have to do something different with that, but I'm gonna get in here and take a better look at it, and then we'll come back and see what I'm thinking so far. All right, I've got an idea of what I want to do, but before I go any further, I'm just gonna cut back some of this foliage that's growing out. I want to bring the tree in first, then I'm going to get set on which way I want to go with it. And I'm not going to show you the whole process, but like some of this real juvenile stuff, like this guy is just way too long. So that kind of stuff's going bye-bye. This guy I'll leave. There's branches crossing over each other that extend way out, like this guy right here is probably, actually all of this back part is more than likely going to be deadwood. I haven't decided for sure yet, but I definitely see how this growth is coming way out here. I will clip that off to just shorten that stuff back and do that throughout. And here's a dead piece there. Just to kind of get the growth in some, and then we'll go from there. I'll be back. All right, a little bit of a change of plan here. This thing has like this crazy growth all the way around, and I'm gonna kill off most of that, probably cut some of it out, figure out which deadwood I want. But right here, I'm gonna try to show you guys. This main trunk comes up right here, so I'm gonna try to raise it up a little higher, and that's going to be alive. And then there's the third of a triple trunk type things right in here, and then I'm going to try to leave some of that. But this growth that's it just shoots way out here, I'm going to probably just cut that off and turn that into deadwood, and probably this whole, if you can make out this whole back section. Now I may leave one of these branches and gin the rest of that. Still haven't decided on that yet. But so far that's what I've got in mind. Alright, I've started already, but I thought I'd show you guys part of the process. In case you haven't seen it, go back to any of my other videos on probably almost any juniper I've done. It's real simple to create deadwood when you have a live branch. You just basically squeeze the bark with pliers, and the stuff actually almost just falls off. It doesn't take much. See that there? It just falls, peels off. It doesn't take much to get it to come off. And you don't want to squeeze crazy hard, but you know, get it to break free. You can pretty much just peel it right off of where you want it. And then if you do, which I'm not going to move any of these, but if I wanted to, they're still pliable, they were, you know, still alive. So if you wanted to wire them, get them bent in a certain spot before they completely harden up and die off, now's the time to do it. But I talk about that a lot more in several other videos where I have moved it. This guy here, these guys are already dead, so I may not be able to do too much with them. This one, the bark may not come off too easy, but I'm going to kill these off. And then I'm going to show you a trick I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to prop this up by lifting it up and putting this over that branch or that part of the trunk, and hoping that'll prop it up. But I'm going to, you know, create the deadwood first and then prop that up, and we'll see what that looks like. Alright guys, I hope you can make this part out. I've got the deadwood more or less there, and here's what I'm trying to show you. I'm going to bring this up, and I can still prop it up more, but it happens to be in the right spot that I'm just going to raise it up and over to there for now. If you can see how much that it did raise it up, and that may be enough, and I may wire this guy up, and then we'll do something to the back side of the tree, and we'll have a tree pretty much just by creating this deadwood here on this, propping that up over there, and then I'll trim some of this around and maybe bring that up. But we definitely have too much going on in the back still, so we're going to work on that now. But this one was I knew it had a lot of natural movement. It wouldn't take a lot to get it looking like a bonsai tree. Hopefully you guys can see just that few things right there, and it's already headed in the right direction for me. Well, anyway. I'll be honest, this one's a twisted up, a lot to work with. Some would call a mess, but I've got so many different options over here. These branches are, I'll try to show you, they're crisscrossing every different direction here. If you can make out all the different crisscrosses and stuff going on is like crazy. So instead of uncrossing them or taking branches out, I think I'm going to figure out which ones to turn to deadwood and leave intertwined in there. And that's pretty much the back part of the tree, are this back piece coming off of here, and then off of the other one that's up here, the back side of it, there's a big long branch that comes out and joins in with those. So we're going to work on that part now, then we'll work on what's left at the top front apex area. All right, we're about halfway through. I decided which ones I'm keeping. This guy and I'm going to keep just a little life here. Hopefully that gets a little bit filled out more. Keeping this branch here mainly, and killed off all the others. Pretty much this whole part right here. And I did away with another one of these littler branches. It was like two growing straight out together. It didn't look good. And so even though they'll be intertwined, it's the live one intertwined with the dead wood. Should make for an interesting and good look. But I'm gonna finish doing that. Alright guys, I got the sun on us, but hopefully you can make out what I got going here now. I propped this up, and then I was working on the back part. I created these intertwined branches. I created some deadwood on some of them. Hopefully you can make out what that looks like now. This is the main back branch back here. It's just sitting on top of those two twisted up pieces of deadwood now. So viewing it from this angle still gives it a pretty gnarly look. Now, and this will still need cleaned up, but for this year, for now, I will leave all of the growth pretty much alone on the branches I did leave. But we still need to do something with this over here. There's a lot of crazy growth going on, and I'll show you what I think I'm gonna do. When you raise this up and look at it, I have some of these crazy long shoots coming out. I don't know if you can make out just how much longer these are than anything else on the tree, and they're long and straight. So, and I think I've got probably enough deadwood. I don't need any more, and they're so long they won't do any good. Now I may leave them because I've got a few chunks here that already kind of died off. I may just cut them short, but I think I'm going to go in here and weed out all of these long ones, which there's, I don't know, 3 to 5 of those, and then we'll see where we're at on the top, the kind of back side of this tree. I'm still shooting for somewhere right in here, maybe here as the front of this tree. I guess I can show you some of this process. I just cut a little bit off this one here. I'll leave it for now. Like this guy right here is coming out real long, and it does have some growth right there. So I'm gonna come into here and cut. Actually, I'm gonna probably use these guys. Start cutting some of this stuff off. Some of them I'm taking completely out. Others I'm just shortening up. Do away with that. And when I lift it up, there's a few of these that I don't think I want to keep on there at all. And let me see. This lower guy right here is just too far down, and I'm going to cut it. And I'll probably turn that, I left a little bit, I'll probably turn into deadwood because there's another chunk under there with it for later on. I'm going to shorten the tree up, I think this part. So this one that's growing down, I'm just going to take completely off. Like that. Kind of open it up, bring it up. There's some other ones growing. That wasn't really doing anything. A few little ones in here. I want to take out just to clear it out some. I think that's actually going to be close to good enough. I'll show you the top of the tree. Here's our main apex, which it still needs some work. It's kind of got this little, I don't know, airplane look going. Probably just cut those back to there. And they got a little inner growth still to maybe work on, but we've got the pretty much start. And this guy's going way too up to nowhere. So I'll just do a little more trim. All right, guys, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna call this one good. There's a little bit more work that needs done, maybe wired up with the apex. I may do that before next season, but I think I'm just gonna let this guy grow back out. We've already got a real good, it's gonna be an awesome tree, and I don't wanna do too much more to it. I wanna make sure it's gonna live. I've already taken quite a bit of foliage off. So I think I'm gonna stop right there and wait till next season. All right, everybody. Hope you liked that quick video here. We've got this cool looking tree now. It's really not a long ways away from being actual what I would consider a bonsai tree. It's almost there. You put that thing in a pot and, you know, I'd be happy to have it sitting on my bench. That's where it's going to be. But anyway, if you like that video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also help share this channel, trying to grow it as big and as fast as we can, kind of unlike a bonsai. Well, kind of like bonsai, we try to do too much, sometimes too quick, but help spread the word about bass and bonsai. And like always, guys, thanks for watching.